Hey guys and dolls, just here for a quick tutorial on how to make white rice. I've gotten many messages, many emails about how to make white rice, and I'm like, you know what, today's a rainy day, I'm about to make a little bit of white rice, why not show it? So this recipe is so simple, but many people, they just can't get the white rice right. And basically white rice is, you put it on the stove, you cover it after it dries out, and you leave it alone. You walk away for 20-25 minutes, your rice is done. So I want to tell you the one I'm using today. I'm using canilla bread. I normally use this. I use Uncle Ben's, and I also use Carolina rice. So you can use either one. I use long grain rice, white. Sometimes I do brown rice, you know, but this one is for just long grain rice, you know. This is mostly what Hispanics eat. They love their white rice. Many people can't live without their white rice. So what I'm making today is I'm making white rice. I'm using some Goya canned beans. I'm making some white beans. And I'm making my turkey wings in the oven. Can you see those? I have that video up already for those turkey wings in the oven. It's Spanish style. All you need to do is follow the recipe, put it in the oven, delicious wings. So what we do first is we're going to measure how much rice I'm going to put, and we're going to wash it. Important to wash your rice. Some people still don't wash their rice, but wash your rice. Guys, I want you to just remember, for every cup of white rice that you're going to cook, you need 2 cups of water. That's basically what you have to remember, okay? So also about 1 cup, depending how much rice you eat, I think would be good for like 2 to 3 people. Depending, like, you know how some Latinos will serve themselves, they'll be like, oh, I want a lot of rice. So I would say really it depends on how much rice your family eats, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to wash this rice. I'm going to wash that rice. Once that rice is washed, I'm going to use, preferably also, if you could microwave your water. That way your water could be nice and hot. So after I wash that, I'm going to add my water, and I'm going to add about half a tablespoon of salt. I know it sounds a lot, but with rice, you have to put a nice helping of salt so it could take all that salt, because if you just put a little bit, your rice will have no salt, and then it just doesn't taste good. To me, it just won't taste good. So you just need some salt, but you could always, you know, start with a little bit and taste it. So your water should be a little salty, but not crazy salty. I don't want you to think, you know, it needs tons of sodium. No, just make sure your water's a little salty. And another thing is, I'm going to also add to this amount, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. And all that is going to boil together. So make sure that you wash your rice, okay? And I'm just doing in a small pot today. I'm just making enough rice for 3 of us. So it's just a little bit of rice I'm making. So remember, I just put 1 cup in there, and I'm about to wash that. I just put my pan on the stove. I'm adding my water. I'm adding my salt. I'm going to add my oil. I'm going to move it around. You have to move it around. Make sure every little grain of rice gets that oil. Move it around. Because if you don't move it around and let the oil go into every rice little kernel, your rice will stick together. So move it around. Great. So now, the reason that I put the hot water is so the rice could start boiling faster. Many Latinos, Hispanics, they will have like an extra pot of hot water on the side, and they'll pour. Now another thing is, this is when you want to taste it. Yep, perfect. You could use a little less than half a tablespoon. Yeah, a little less than half a tablespoon would be fine for this amount. And also, excuse me. Another thing is, at this point, you're going to keep it on high. But you make sure that it's not burning either. So, like, this stove here is super high. So, it's actually kind of like on a medium. But it's very high. So, now, as you see, because I added hot water, it starts already. It's almost going to start boiling soon. So, now what I do is, when it starts boiling, is when you're looking at it for it to dry out. As soon as your rice is dried out, you mix it well. And you cover it. You put it on low. And you leave it alone for 20 to 25 minutes. It's that simple, okay? Don't mess with it, just leave it alone. Now, another thing. If you come back in like 25 minutes and you feel your rice is a little hard, that means maybe it needs a little bit of water. So I would just take a little water in my hand like that and sprinkle it like that. Like if I think the rice needs a little bit more, and then I would cover it again and leave it like another 5-10 minutes. All right, now another thing, when I make mixed rices with beans and stuff, I add less water because whatever I'm adding usually has a juice or something, and then I don't want my rice to be mushy. Now if you put too much water, you have a mushy rice, and no one likes a mushy rice. Alrighty, me myself, I actually like my rice a little harder. I'm just mixing it around, make sure the oil is going all over. Alright, so I'm actually on top of my rice. I mean, like I'm here in the kitchen. I'm not going to another room because if your rice burns, you can't save it. It has this bad odor. It just tastes burned. No one likes burned rice, so try to stay in the same room as your rice, because trust me, it's gonna dry out soon. Okay, so it's getting there. I'll show you in a little bit how little by little it's drying out. Okay, see, little by little it's drying out, and it looks like it's getting a little thick. You see that? Now it's okay to keep moving it right now while it's trying to dry out. That's okay. All right, I just want to show you it's almost there. It's almost ready to dry out. I actually want to lower it a little bit because I don't want it to burn. This stove is really a hot one. Also, another thing I want to tell you, now this is like a little secret my mom used to do. I've told some people the secret. I don't know if other people do it. Maybe they've done it too, but I think this is a Spanish thing. So when the rice is dried out and you're about to cover it, sometimes when I was little, this is what we would do. We would cover the rice with a paper towel. It has to be wet, with a wet paper towel like that, and then we will put the cover like that. Okay, now that is just a little trick that my mom used to say that would help you get a perfect fluffy rice. But of course, as I grew older, I just learned to make perfect rice. I felt like I didn't need that. But to people that are starting out or just learning, I always tell them use the wet paper towel method. It's just the way my mother taught me, and maybe some of you guys know. I don't know, but my brother actually still does it, so I guess it works. Your rice doesn't dry and you cover it, it's gonna be a mushy rice. So we're almost at the stage to show you. Rice dried out. You see that? It's dried out. Took about 5 to 8 minutes, really like 5-6 minutes, something like that. It depends on your pot and you know where you're at. So now what I do is I'm just taking a spoon, just bringing it around. Bringing it around there. Now at this point is, like I told you, is when, I'm sorry about me hitting the spoon. At this point is when you will put the paper towel and cover it, but me, I'm just gonna cover it, I'm gonna lower it, and I'm gonna leave it alone for 20-25 minutes. 25 minutes later, look at that. Perfect rice. Nice and fluffy. Just want you to look at it well. Can you see that? Yummy. Let's try that. Hot, but so a little too hot. Good rice. Good rice. Look at that. 25 minutes. 25 minutes to perfection. Okay? Thank you for having watched my rice video. Here's a little bit of my rice and a little bit of the bottom, which we call concon or cocolón or quemado or pegado. Different nationalities, different countries, they have different names for the bottom of the rice, which is that crispy, crunchy rice, which I love. So I got a little bit of the crispy. And this is my meatball soup that I made the other day that you guys see in my video where I was feeling sticky. I had one bowl left. I wanted to show you deliciousness in one bite. I have this video up so you guys already know the perfect meatball soup, especially for a day like today. Look at that. It's raining, it's cold. It's supposed to be spring and it's still cold. So thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I hope this rice tutorial helped many of you. I've gotten so many emails about this, how to make simple white rice. Well, there you have it. The way to make perfect white rice. Easy, simple. Dry it. Make sure, that's all it is. Make sure the rice dries out. You cover it. You walk away, come back, perfect rice. And if you do it right, you get a little bit of that crunchy, that little crunchy rice. I love that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching my videos. Hope you're having a great April. A lot of love from Sally. Bye.